Hi folks, welcome back. Thank you for watching. Please do hit subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It really does help when you do that. So today folks, I wanted to look at an aspect of guitars that I'm not going to say is often overlooked, but it's certainly not something that I look at very often, which is hardware. I've been doing a lot of reading online recently about how not good a lot of people say the current production Gibson hardware is compared to the original Gibson hardware and a lot of the aftermarket reissues of the vintage stuff that are on the market. So I wanted to put that to the test today because on a Gibson guitar at least it's not something I've ever looked into. So I'm going to be treating my lovely Gibson SG over there, which now has the OX4 low wind PAF replica pickups in, which are outstanding, to some of this stuff here, which is a selection of Faber guitar parts that have just arrived from Germany. And these look really cool. I'm going to be replacing the tailpiece, the bridge, the studs and the bushings, because I have a feeling that might be quite important. But I gotta say, there is no weight in that tailpiece at all. It certainly is a lightweight tailpiece. And it's solid aluminium, but if somebody told me that was like a carbon fibre Formula 1 component or something, I'd believe them. It really is lightweight. I'll put a graphic on screen now to just how lightweight it is compared to the Gibson. So I wanted to put all of this to the test today, so I'm going to swap over the hardware and I'm going to shoot a before and after, both unplugged and plugged in, because I think we may hear a difference unplugged as well, just to see how much is in the aftermarket hardware thing. A lot of stuff's spoken about this on forums, so I wanted to put it to the test myself today. So without further ado guys, let's get going. there we are, folks. Now, please do comment underneath, let me know what you thought of all that. I love chatting about this sort of stuff with you guys in the comments section. It's what this channel is all about. Now, two things to say first and foremost. Firstly, apologies if the guitar was going out of tune a bit with the Faber hardware. Nothing to do with the hardware, it's because I put the same strings back on the guitar and they were having a bit of a tuning strop with me. And also, sorry if my playing was a little bit sloppier than usual today. It's about 30 degrees here in England and this room is an absolute sweatbox and my hands are sliding all over the place. Now, getting to the Faber stuff then, there is a difference, but it's not a substantial one. To be honest, I thought the difference was going to be much bigger. I thought the Faber stuff was going to be worlds apart from the Gibson, but in my opinion, it isn't. Now, there are some differences between them. Firstly, cosmetics. Now, the OX4 paths in here have an aged nickel finish, and when I ordered all this Faber stuff, I got it in aged nickel. So it matches the pickup covers much better, and I think it looks much nicer on the guitar than the Gibson stuff. Now, in terms of tone, the Faber stuff is definitely transferring more vibrations into the body of the guitar. I can feel it when I'm sat here playing, and I don't know if you guys will have been able to hear this when I did the unplugged bit at the beginning, but with the Faber stuff, something's now rattling inside the pickguard because it's vibrating so much more, so I need to take a look at that. So it's definitely putting more vibrations into the body of the guitar. In terms of sustain, I don't think there was a huge amount in it whatsoever, and in terms of like an overall tone, to my ears, the Gibson stuff had a slightly more spiky mid-range, around sort of 1K type area, whereas the Faber stuff had a sort of thicker low end and it wasn't quite as shrill in that mid-range. But as with everything, it completely depends on which way you choose to go in terms of your adjectives. You could say that the Faber stuff is warm and mellow, or you could say the Gibson stuff is bright and defined. You could say the Faber stuff sounds dull, or you could say the Gibson stuff sounds harsh. So it completely depends on your personal preference as to which you prefer. I certainly don't think that one is better than the other. I think the Gibson stuff stood up to the sort of posh Faber stuff incredibly well. To my ears, personally, I prefer the Faber stuff because I like a sort of thick, barky low end, which this is giving me a little bit more of. But that does not mean to say that the Gibson stuff was bad, as is often said on forums. It's just a little bit different. So it's all personal preference. Please do drop it in the comments which you prefer and why. I do love reading your comments and engaging with you guys. It's what this channel is all about. So thank you for watching, folks. I hope this was interesting and useful for you in your tonal journeys. Is the Faber stuff worth the money as an upgrade over the Gibson stuff? Well, again, as always, it completely depends on how much monetary value you put on tone. If you have money to burn, then yeah, you could put it in there and it will make a difference, and whether that's good or bad or not is up to you. Is it worth sort of gutting every Gibson guitar you've got and putting Faber stuff in? I would say probably not. But again, drop it in the comments, let me know what you think. So thank you for watching, folks. Please do carry on subscribing to this channel. I always say it, I know, but it really does make a big difference when you do that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.